What's up guys, this is the Guitar Gent coming at you with a brand new reaction video, and today we're going to take a look at something that I have no idea what it is. And that's even more true than usual. Now, as you guys know, I like to dive into new bands that I don't know, bands that I'm not familiar with on the channel specifically, of course, for the purpose of the reaction and in my own time as well. Just something that I think keeps things very exciting when it comes to music listening. But today we're going to listen to, it's called Barış Manço. I'm probably destroying the pronunciation. This is a Turkish song. Barış Manço. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Let me know in the comments, please. And a song called Dönence. Again, probably destroyed the pronunciation there. It's a recording from 1982, I see here from the link, and this is a very specific request that one of the biggest supporters and a dear friend of mine has left in the comment sections in one of the last reaction videos. So of course I do want to listen to this. I'm very curious. Again, it's something I have no idea what to expect. I have no idea what to even think about genres and stuff like that, because again, I've literally no idea. It's not even a scene that I'm getting familiar with. It's completely blind, which I guess it's a good thing, especially for the purpose of the reaction. I hope I'll be able to enjoy this. Historically, the requests from this person have always been very tasteful, let's say, so I do have big hopes for this. And without further ado, guys, I destroyed the pronunciation one last time. Barış Manço Dönence. Sorry for all the Turkish people out there. Let's go, guys. 6 minutes 50 seconds. I like that. Let's go. Okay, getting some very strong 80s vibes. Very interesting sound for the synths. Sounds very prog-ish with 80s influence. Oh, listen to the tone of that bass. Yeah, guys, we're clearly into prog rock, I think. Very minimal drumming though, which is curious.
Gün çoktan döndü buralarda ve ben simsiyah bir gecenin koynunda yapayalnız bekliyorum. Duyuyorum, görüyorum. Bir gün gelecek dönence, biliyorum.
Wow. He is getting into some Pink Floyd vibes now. I like it. I wish there was a bit more body in that guitar sound. A bit like the bass. The bass is fantastic.
Simsiyah gecenin koynundayım, yapayalnız. Uzaklarda bir yerlerde güneşler doğuyor.
Seems very theatrical as well as a performance. The one thing again that I miss is a bit more, as I said, body, like a bit more presence in the guitar tone. But the melody is beautiful. Really reminding me of the 70s Pink Floyd, but with 80s influences. And now it's almost funk. Nice. I have no idea what that guy is playing, guys. Oh, now we're talking with the guitar. Ooh. And again, what the hell is that thing? Nice, the blue scales. Oh, lovely, lovely guitar solo.
Simsiyah gecenin koynundayım, yapayalnız. Uzaklarda bir yerlerde güneşler doğuyor.
The bass is such a great constant element throughout the whole song. Yeah, guys, please let me know what's the name of the thing that guy is playing, because I guess it's some sort of a tambourine, like it shakes. Maybe, I have no idea. Wow. This was so interesting. There are a couple of points that I do want to touch upon, absolutely, when it comes to, let's say, a more musical analysis. First thing is, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I had no idea what I was getting myself into, but I'm very pleased to see the direction. Let's say, like this prog rock 70s, as I said, with 80s influences. It kind of reminded me of some, you know, some of those weird sections in Animals by Pink Floyd, a bit more stripped down, especially production wise and tone wise of the instruments. That was kind of my only minor issue with the song, especially in the first half, as I said, like the lack of body in a way of the instruments. I don't know if this is only a recording problem. I don't know if this was recorded live or if it's a studio recording. But again, when the guitar came in with a very full tone for the guitar solo, I think it really changed the whole thing and the whole sound of the song as well. Also, when then the singer came back with the main melody, then everything was fuller. The drums picked up a bit more. It was, you know, a fuller song on the second half. Again, a song, of course, doesn't need to be always full when it comes to musical production, especially if you go for that ethereal vibe, progressive, you know, which I guess is exactly what they were going for. But again, for personal taste, that's something that, again, probably the only minor issue that I had with the first half of the song. It was a brilliant direction. I do love that sound. I do love, absolutely. I know that it's something that I don't cover much on the channel, even though I recently made a cover of Pink Floyd's Time, the guitar solo. I don't oftentimes talk about progressive rock, but that's a genre that I absolutely love. Old bands like Pink Floyd, Gentle Giant. There are so many, specifically from the UK, that I'm aware of, that came through in the 70s and late 60s with some fantastic releases. King Crimson, one of my favorite records of all time, in the Court of the Crimson King. And I'm very curious because, again, this is from Turkey. I don't know if if the singer, let's say, is the artist, or if it's the whole band that we're talking about. Please let me know in the comments if you're aware of this. But it's always interesting because, as I said, I'm not that familiar at all with the Turkish music scene, except for a couple of recommendations that I've heard over the years from friends, like in this case, comment sections and stuff like that. But I'm not really aware, specifically if we go back in time. That's true for many countries. Like, this is something, for example, that in Italy was very strong. Like, the progressive rock element, the progressive rock scene in Italy was extremely strong in the 70s. So I guess that this might be one more similarities between Turkey and Italy. One of the many, I'd say, that I've noticed over the years. But it's so interesting for me because it allows me to understand more about the development of music all over Europe. And again, on the channel, we've been discovering bands from all over the world. Japan's let's say with a specific focus on Japan, for modern bands, especially, but also, you have the bands from the Scandinavian countries. You have the bands from Ukraine, for example, with Ginger, from Canada, US, London, Bristol, Dublin. There are so many bands, and so many different music scenes, and for me it's always so interesting to find out about new ones. And after this, I'm also going to record something from Korea. I guess it's K-rock or something like that. It's gonna be interesting. If you're watching this on a Friday, that should be when I release this, then that will probably be coming your way beginning of next week. But again, it's something that I've always said. It's something that's always been one of the main priorities for me with this YouTube channel, discovering more music from all over the world, which is something that I have the chance of doing thanks to your comments and your recommendations. Again, the other point that I want to make about the musical aspects of this song was the very interesting structure of the song. There was one melody basically that the singer kept coming back to, so it wasn't absolutely a standard song structure, not in the slightest. It was all over the place, very progressive also in that mindset. And again, he kept coming back to that main melody, very long musical breaks, musical intermissions, let's say, between the various verses. Let's call them verses. They're not really verses. Could be choruses. You could call them anything basically, because it's always the same element that comes back. And big standout for me was the guitar solo. Fantastic, beautiful tone, and specifically in the note selection was very blues inspired, which is something that I love. But again, as I said during the reaction, the start of the whole thing, which is kind of a common thing that I'm noticing more and more with every single video, is the bass. The bass tone, first of all. And again, it was one of the only constant elements throughout the whole song, which I absolutely enjoyed. Fantastic to listen to. When a bass sounds so good in the mix, it's kind of hard to pick something that's better than it, let's say. Overall, guys, extremely interesting. Very, how should I say this? Very quiet composition. both for the drum work, as I said, the guitar work with the tone choices, many different instruments. If you have an idea of what that thing was, please let me know. Kind of like a shaker, I guess, tambourine, but in a weird shape. I have no idea. I have no idea what that was. A lot of xylophones, I guess, and kalimba maybe. I'm not really sure about the name of the thing, to be honest. Like the thing that he was playing at the very beginning, and then the synths with some very interesting tonal choices as well. Again, strong 70s vibes, but with that 80s influence, also with that funk passage as well, more towards the end. I love these guys, absolutely beautiful. And I see that it also has a fair amount of views on YouTube, more than 4 million views. Again, maybe it's just people from Turkey. I don't know if these guys or this guy is famous outside of Turkey. Turkey is such a massive country that, you know, if something is big in Turkey, you're going to notice it in count when it comes to views, streams, and stuff like that. But I'm very interested. As you see, guys, I am always open to find out more and discover more, even if it's more niche, let's say. As you guys, I hope that you guys understood that by now. I'm not too focused when it comes to views and stuff like that for the channel. I'm more interested in bringing you value. So if there is something that's very close to your heart, a specific band, a specific song, don't hesitate to ask me an opinion on that, even if it has 50 views on YouTube. It doesn't really matter to me, as long as there are some interesting musical aspects that I can dig into and learn, of course, as well, for myself, because it's as I said, it's so interesting to learn more about music from all over the world. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I do appreciate it, especially if you made it this far. I've been talking for quite a while. Leave me your recommendations as always below. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, all that good stuff, the usual stuff. And I'll see you very soon with something slightly different I think, for the channel, coming your way soon. A couple of more guitar covers and the usual reactions, guys. There is a lot to do and a lot to listen to together here on the channel. Thanks again for joining, and I'll see you very soon with the next one.